Welcome to Dakota Preparedness. I want to show you a new concept as far as if a piece of equipment for emergency situation or a prepper situation, a grid down situation when the sugar has hit the fan. Now, the way I became introduced to this piece of equipment was about 6 years ago. I had sciatica. Matter of fact, I probably should say I probably still have sciatica. But thank goodness for the last 5 years, it really hasn't caused me any problems. Partly because I'm very careful with body mechanics. You know, you bend with your knees, you lift with your knees, you pull the heavy item close to your body, and you let your legs do the lifting. But also there's several mechanical devices that I attain that have been tremendous help, especially this right here. I'm going to give you a close-up of it in a minute. This is a roughneck hydraulic cart, and the way it works is it's through hydraulics. So I'm going to demonstrate to you taking this bag of raised bed soil and putting it in my pickup truck, which is something I normally wouldn't do, but I do recall a time I had to take a large tire down to the tire place, and I thought, how am I going to get that tire up there without ruining my back? Well, I just brought it up next to the hydraulic table, tilted it over, and then pumped it up just like I'm going to do now with the soil. So you just put your foot there and start pumping. It's going up. And the wheel's locked. I've locked the wheel so the cart hopefully won't get away from me. Okay, it's just slightly taller than the truck bed right now, which I've found helpful to have it an inch taller. Now it's just a slide, and we're done. Now, let's use the example of a load of bricks, a load of sandbags, or the soil. I've gone down to Home Depot and had them load up the truck, and then I take the item. I'll demonstrate this. I'm just sliding now. It slides over onto the hydraulic table. I release it. And down it goes. Then I can wheel it to wherever I want it to go. Kind of scoot it over. And I'm good. So, I haven't seen this demonstrated in the venue of preparedness or prepper type equipment, but I assure you that if the gasoline ever runs out and or the electricity, our world is going to get real small, where we have to walk to wherever we go, unless you have a horse or something, and doing things around your house or your homestead is going to be very manual. So something like the hydraulic table would be very helpful. Now, let me pump it up so you can. And this is that it came right out of the box. I've had this for 6 years. It never gave me a lick of problem. It's called Roughneck. This is rated for 500 pounds. I purchased it from Northern Tool and Equipment. They have since discontinued this particular model, but there is currently a model that they call Strongway, rated for 500 pounds, and it's available, and it looks very similar to this. Now there is the Roughneck brand. They have one model that it's rated for 770 pounds. It also costs $650. The Strongway costs $500. As I recall, paid about $400 for this 6 years ago, but it's been worth every penny. Now, in reviewing the market for this video, there's a lot more companies, brands, functionality available. It looks like hydraulic tables start at about $230 and could go to several $1,000s. But I think, for my purposes, I have never put 500 pounds on this. There's probably been some times I've put 300 on it. And the way you do that is like, how do you eat an elephant? One slice at a time. So 1 bag, 2 bag, 3 bag, up to maybe 6 or 8 bags. So I actually think I could potentially go with something less than 500 pounds. If I had a hydraulic table that could lift 300 pounds, I'd be fine. They appear to sell between 230 and 300, 400. And at first that seems a little expensive, but it sure saves your back. And the last thing you want to be during sugar hits the fan is down on your back where you can hardly move. So I would highly recommend a hydraulic table as part of your consideration for your preparedness gear. Be prepared.